This is the NFL on EA Sports, and we join you from South Philly, close to 70,000 strong, packing Lincoln Financial Field, the home of the Eagles. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap. It's the New York Jets and the Philadelphia Eagles. Mike Tirico with my partner Greg Olson, the veteran Nick Folk to get this one started. Off we go from South Philly. This one is going to sail through the end zone for a touchback. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. First carry for Saquon Barkley. And a big run right out of the blocks. He gets forward for 9 on the first play of the game.
This is one of those cases where having high-end speed in the backfield can be such a game changer. The offensive linemen don't need to hold their blocks quite as long. You give this guy a little bit of a crease, and man, he is gone.
2nd and inches. Once again, it's Barkley. He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Going to lose a yard. Replays in, and a test. It's 3rd and 2.
Brings up 3rd down and 2.
Tiger Swamp, Tiger Swamp. Go Silver, ready? No turn.
A shotgun snap now to Hurts. He's got his man right side. Oh, he doesn't put it away, and the ball's out.
Hell yeah.
The Jets have got it.
Hell
Something these
yeah.
regular coaches preach all the
Fuck,
time
I'm talking about.
you can't sacrifice the ball for additional yardage, and I think we had a case of that going here. I love the effort. I love the fight, but it can't come at the expense of the ball. Everything in football is about protecting the ball itself, and in this case, just a little bit too loose with it. They're able to pop it loose, and that's a big turnover.
Hey, 10. Here we go. Hey, never mind. Tonight.
Right to the air, it's Fields. He'll get rid of it and complete it. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. From the 33, here's 2nd and 8.
Alpha. Need you. Here we go, son. Hey, 10, 11. Tonight.
From the shotgun, it's Fields. That's complete. It's Arian Smith. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
And the Jets, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Easy. Right.
On 1st and 10, Fields. That's to the right side and incomplete. And Mitchell, the intended target. And that will lead to a 2nd down.
Easy. Angel. Here we go. Hey, can. Green 19, just Alpha. Tonight.
Back to throw is Fields. He'll find Hall out of the backfield. And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short. They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard.
Extend. Trust. Butt right. Hey, can. Alpha.
Working out of the gun, it's Fields. That's taken in left side by Smith. And he's going to have the 1st down. They convert on 3rd, and it sets up a 1st and goal.
You got
and goal at the 8-yard line.
Fields now. Moving outside the pocket. He's into the end zone. Justin Fields. Touchdown, Jets. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
After the touchdown, out is Folks to kick this one away. And that one is through the back of the end zone. It is a touchback.
35-yard line.
Hurts going to fire this one out to Smith. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
This is a great example here of just not getting too complicated as an offensive coordinator. Who's one of your best players on the field, and how do you get the ball in his hands?
They run out of the gun with Barkley. Past midfield to the 45. And he will score. Saquon Barkley. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jake Elliott now for the extra point. He gets it to go. And the Eagles will tie things up at 7-7 here in the opening quarter. We're all tied, 7 apiece. And the kick's away. The return starts from the 5. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
First down. Fields. Moving to his right. He'll tuck it and take off. And he'll be forced out of bounds and pick up a couple on that one.
Nothing open here downfield. I think it's a good job just getting to the edge, getting something positive, getting out of bounds.
From the 29, here's second down and 7. They go play action with Fields. And that will be incomplete. They could not hook up on what will be the final play of this first quarter. The Jets have it here to start quarter number 2. Here's 3rd and 7 as we are ready to get back underway.
Don't jump. Ready? Green 19, 11, 11. Right.
Fields from the gun on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
Great pass rushers live for 3rd down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation, and for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack.
Yep. Hey, Monday. Angel, extend. Hey, can. Chip slant. Hey. Right.
4th down. Fields. He's got his man. It's Smith. He's going to have the Jets first down on a well-designed play to get 16 to keep the drive going.
At the 46-yard line.
Can. Tonight. No mas. Tonight.
To throw is Fields. That is incomplete. Reese Hall, the intended receiver. And it'll lead to a second down.
I think now we're starting to see this defense start to make some adjustments. We saw him give up a few plays earlier in the game, especially to this back. So he's someone they have to understand. He's not just going to hurt you on the ground. He also is a threat in the passing game. So nice job there making some adjustments on the back end, and they forced the incomplete.
Extend. You got what? What's right? Go.
Fields now on second down. Catch made right side by Wilson. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up third down.
Makes it 3rd and 8.
Angel. Tonight.
Give up the middle with Hall. It's too long for a field goal. They'll go for it here on 4th down.
It's 4th down.
Fields to throw for it. And that is not going to work. It is incomplete. They go for it on 4th and wind up turning it over on down.
63. Great.
He'll start on the ground with Barkley. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5.
He was brought down at the 45-yard line. It's a pickup
Ball
of
spotted
6.
at the 45.
Brings up
Here's second down and 4.
Go Silver, ready?
2 minutes to play. First half, all tied at 7. We'll come back to Philadelphia right after this. Here comes second and 4.
Great.
They'll stay on the ground with Barkley. And he will work this down inside the 40. That's going to be good enough to move the chains. First down.
Second down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a first down.
Man in motion is Brown. Hurts to the air on first down. That's caught downfield by Smith. And he'll take this one in. Devontae Smith, touchdown Eagles. Here's Elliott for the extra point. It's up and good. And the Eagles will move out to a 14-7 lead.
Jets 7.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. This one taken at the 7. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line.
Their own 23-yard line.
First carry now for Khalil Herbert. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up second down.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches at the 33-yard line.
Now Fields. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose. And it's going to force third down.
At less than a yard.
Here we go. 2 20. Chip slip. Up, up. West right zip. Right.
Throwing is Fields. He gets this complete to Mitchell. And he's going to have the first down as he gets out of bounds. And he stopped the clock as well.
That's good for Jets. First down. First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
No mas. Extend. Go.
Fields to throw. To the left side. That's caught by Mitchell. And he's going to be out of bounds right around midfield. It's a pickup of 13 yards. And the Jets have a first down.
First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Hey, can. Up, let's go. EQ. Hey, can. Right.
Fields. That one caught by Wilson. Now the Jets going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
At the 46-yard line.
They face second down and 7.
Here we go. Right.
Fields. Open man downfield. That's the tight end, Taylor. And they're going to get this ball down to the 20-yard line. Here's first and 10.
A gain of 26 yards. First down, Jets.
Now, Fields. Flush to his right. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. Now a timeout, Jets. It'll be their second as it comes to 22 seconds remaining till halftime. Now a second down throw for Fields. And he'll be out of bounds, but he got the first down, so it's going to be first and goal. They're going to mark it at the 6.
There's this misconception out there, Mike, that in the NFL you have to run the same amount of run plays as you do pass plays. And as you're seeing in this drive, you can fall on one side of that coin a little bit more as long as you're able to remain effective and efficient. So far, their passing game has dominated here early, and that last pickup leads to a first down.
Angel. Madden. You got a mini basic. Why not? Delta. Right.
Here's Fields. Out to his right. And he will wisely just get rid of this one and set up second and goal.
Smart decision there on first and goal. If it's not there early, don't get baited into a bad decision. Just throw it away and live for another down. Really nice decision-making here. Brings up second and goal.
Delta. Chip slant.
Second down. It's Fields. And he's in. Mason Taylor. Touchdown, New York.
Touchdown.
You know, we spent so much time talking about the heroics of a game-winning drive to end the fourth quarter in 2-minute mode. Now let's talk about a 2-minute mode, Mike, at the end of the first half. It might not be in walk-off fashion, but I'll tell you what, executing that here going into halftime changes this entire game.
So now this to get them back to even heading into the break. It's up and through. And the Jets will tie things up. We are all even at 14. So a New ball game. We are all tied. Final moments of this first half as the kicks away. Showing off the big leg. Didn't want to defend a return, so this ball is going to be spotted at the 35-yard line.
Hey, hey! Don't touch that!
Man in motion is Brown. Hurts looking to throw on first down. Open man downfield is Smith. And he's down inside the 40-yard line. Here's Jake Elliott now to try the field goal. This is going to be from 53 yards out. Elliott's kick is good. And the Eagles move out in front. The new score, 17-14.
Good snap, good hold, really good operation by the specialist. Gives this offense the lead right before the halftime break. Now the question will be, can they build on this as they try to close this game out as we look forward to the second half?
And he's going to be taken down. That is going to do it for us in this first half.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
3 points, all that separates these two sides, as half number 2 kicks off. Here comes a return from the 3. Oh, he's 30. And he'll be 4. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll start by going forward with a pop set. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Fields quickly to Wilson. That one not disguised too well. He'll get back to the line. That's it.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
From the shotgun, it's Fields. On the run to the right. He's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
This offensive line has to do a better job, Mike, of communicating the protection pre-snap, especially on these key 3rd downs. The blitz overwhelms them from the jump, and now they're picking their quarterback off the ground.
11. Hey, 10.
They do indeed snap it as they'll try and throw. Now he'll work his way out right.
You got to give credit to the defensive coordinator here. He went into attack mode, had a great blitz plan for this 4th down situation, disrupted the timing of the offense, and the quarterback had nowhere to go. He flushes out of the pocket to keep the play alive, and they're able to chase him down, force the sack, force the turnover on downs.
And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. A pickup of 12 yards. Good for an Eagles first down.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
73. Kyle Leviani. Trimmer.
From the shotgun, it's Hurts. That'll be taken in by Barkley. He's not going to get too far. Tackled after a gain of just a yard.
What an advantage it brings to defense when you have cornerbacks that are such willing tacklers. It just brings an extra element to the ability to defend the entire field. And this is a great example here, watch.
It'll be a short pickup down to the 22. Brandon Stevens there to bring him down. Third down, they need 5. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. And that is incomplete contact, but no flags. It's going to be 4th down.
I think as the offense comes to the sideline now, the quarterback and his wide receivers need to get together and say, hey, guys, what are you seeing out there? How can we find some open targets? Because on that last down, there was nowhere to go with the ball.
The field goal unit staying put. They're going to line up and go for this on 4th down.
Hey, 73, Yeti. Hey.
Man in motion is Brown. He'll throw on 4th down with Hurts. This one incomplete. The defense up to the challenge there. They force the incompletion, and they'll take the ball over on downs.
You know, more often than not in the NFL, games are won based on who wins critical downs. Well, that 4th down attempt right there was exactly that, and this defense came up huge for a big-time 4th down stop.
Fields now to throw on 1st down. Hit as he threw it. The pass is incomplete.
And with nothing open downfield, he tries to find something underneath. But give credit to this secondary, Mike. I mean, they had everything covered up, and this one ends up just falling incomplete.
Working out of the gun, it's Fields. Oh, he's going to be followed up and taken down. They've got him. So back up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long.
It's 3rd down.
Back to throw is Fields. Pushed out to his left. He'll try to run for it. He's going to be brought down very close to that line to gain. They're going to mark him just a bit short. And now it's 4th down.
A gain of 17 yards. It's 4th down.
So, 3 quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So on 4th down, out comes Austin McNamara to punt for New York.
Did not
Now
take
the
them
Jets to use the
serious.
first of their timeouts as they'll discuss what's to come. This 4th down is looming.
That shit good.
Extend. 19 shots. Hey, Monday. March right.
To throw is Fields. And he gets that one complete to his tight end, Taylor. And he's going to have a Jets 1st down. They come up with a big one there to keep the drive moving and then some.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
11. Easy. Right.
Fields now. He'll go right back to Taylor, who's got it again. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the Eagles' 40-yard line.
March right. Out, let's go. Hey, Cam.
Fields now on 2nd down. He'll find Hall out of the backfield. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
And the Jets, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Angel. Hey, Can.
First down. Fields. This one caught by the back out of the backfield. And he takes it down to the 15-yard line.
That's another Jets. First down. First and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Delta. Up. West side fit. Go.
On first and 10, Fields. He'll swing this one out to Hall. And no chance to turn and go. That's one good for just a couple.
2 yards.
Second down, 8 for the first down.
At the Eagles' 13-yard line.
So, 2 minutes to play here in the second half. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. Here's second down.
EQ. 19 section. Hey, can. Net. Right.
They'll drop to throw. And it's caught left side by Taylor. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down.
It's a gain of 4, and it's third down.
So the Eagles will use their first timeout here. Talk things over before third down.
Here we go, son. Blue 58, cut. Hey, 10. 11. Hey, 10. Press, butt right. Easy. Delta. Stay high.
Fields. That is caught by the tight end, Mason Taylor. Touchdown, New York. His second TD of the game, and this one gives his team the lead. Folks, extra point is good. And the Jets move out in front by 4. It's 21-17. So now playing with the lead after that fourth quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. This one is going to sail through the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
Great, set. On anyone, 73.
On first down, it's Hurts. Oh, he's got a man, his tight end, Goddard. And he'll be taken down, but it takes them across midfield down to the 40-yard line. Plenty of time, plus 2 timeouts at their disposal. It's first and 10. Dotson, the man in motion. On first down, it's Hurts. He'll go right back to Goddard. He's got it again.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable second down.
Second and 6 coming up.
Great.
Barkley. He'll turn this into a gain of about 4. It's going to lead to third down.
He's tackled at the 32-yard line. It's a gain of 4. Makes it third and 2.
Hey, easy, 63, back. 6, Delta.
A shotgun snap now to Hurts. That's complete. Tight end got it. Here's a timeout for Philadelphia. That is their second, as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock.
As the saying goes, Mike, you need your big-time players to make big-time plays, and the moment doesn't get bigger than this. Find yourself down. A touchdown gives you a chance to win this thing in regulation, and I think they got a shot.
Hey, 73, 73. No touch.
A first down throw for Hurts. He's got it at the 7. And the Eagles are going to have first and goal, trying to finish off this drive with a touchdown.
I love the timing between the receiver and the quarterback. It's a really nice route. He's going to take this up the field, and then when he pulls that string back and he comes out of his break, the ball is there immediately. You can't wait for the receiver to actually look. This ball is well in the air before that receiver comes out of his cut.
Here we go. First and goal. Man in motion is Brown.
Hey, easy, 63, 63, bad. No touch.
Here's Hurts. Exiting the pocket right. That is incomplete, so the task gets more difficult. Time for maybe 2 plays. That's it.
Well defended there. The quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend, so give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all on the same page, and the ball falls incomplete.
Hey, let's go, let's go, let's go. Trimmer, trimmer, trimmer. Go Silver, ready? No touch.
Hurts will try it again. And this is a touchdown.
Let's
They
go.
were not going to be denied. And they have taken the lead here in the final minute of play.
Oh, God. That's what you're supposed to
This
do,
game
man.
has certainly not been for the faint of heart, Mike. I mean, we've been riding the ups and downs the entire time.
Oh,
What a job by this
stupid.
offense.
It'll make no
Game on the
sense.
line to
No
find a
sense.
way to score and take the lead with very little time remaining.
That was really good. I had him, man. I had him in the motherfucking cover.
Down to the final
Had
few
that shit
seconds
covered,
of this
man.
one as the kick is away.
Get over there, dog.
From a yard deep, he's going to bring it out. And he is going to be taken down, and that is going to do it. So it's a win here for the Eagles. They proved much the best in this one. Again, a solid performance in all 3 phases of the game. And ride that to victory. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Eagles are winners, as we say, so long from South Philly.
That was weak ass ways, man. Shit, look at that game. It's right there. Hey, you get tired of my camera. You know, check out what's really going on.
Don't tell me where the vessel is, man. I'm a grown ass man. You can leave the interview if you want. I see you're not making eye contact. No. You're distracted. I'm not. Focus on me. I am. There's a lot of things you don't know about Chappelle's show I did. Do you know the character Beautiful?
Donnell Rawlings says he checked the call sheet, saw he wasn't in the sketch, then turned that mistake into one of the most memorable characters on the show.
That character was not on the paper. I asked Neil Brennan, I said, what's the next sketch we're going to be on? He said, player ain't his boss. So the next day I look at the call sheet. I wasn't on it. I said, why am I not player his boss? He said, oh, I'm sorry, B, I forgot. He said, well, just come up with something. So that character, if you look at the original script, he did not exist to me. I went home. I was like, I want to do a different look. There's an opportunity for me to grow hair. I went to the makeup. I said, I want a Jerry Curl wig, curl activator. But I wanted to be in a champagne bottle. But they said I'd be too sloppy. So I said, give me an aerosol can, wrap it around with some platinum gold or whatever. Five Heartbeats, one of my favorite movies. And I wanted to be dressed like Eddie Kane Jr. If you look at what Beautiful was wearing at, it almost looked like the dad. So I walked past the mirror and I was like, damn, I feel beautiful. I said, Neil, my name is Beautiful. He said, well, that's a lie, but it's a funny name. Everything I said out of my mouth was improv. That character did not exist. You can leave the interview if you want. I see you're not making eye contact.
No, I told you to throw out your microwave. So how do you reheat your food without turning on your whole entire kitchen? Let me show you an old school hack from my gramita. Here's what you do. You take the lid off the mason jar, remove the flat part, keep just the metal ring. Put that ring in the middle of the pan, add just enough water to cover the bottom of the pan, about a half inch, then you put your plate on top, right on that ring. Cover the pan with the lid, turn the heat on to medium-low, and let the steam do the work. Your food reheats evenly. No hot spots, no cold centers, no nutrient destruction, and no toxic microwave radiation breaking down the molecular structure of your food. It's so simple. Remember, microwaves heat food by agitating water molecules at an extreme frequency. This doesn't just heat your food, it damages the nutritional integrity. This is how people did it before we decided convenience was more important than health. And you know what? It takes the same amount of time as a microwave. 5 minutes. That's it. What's your kitchen hack? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll pick.
Is Taylor Swift actually really brought that many people to watching football? Is that completely almost $400 million to the NFL? Taylor Swift. Yeah. Almost $400 million in advertising budget. Yeah. Almost $1 million. Almost $400 million that she's brought by being a part of the NFL. And I think she's raised the chief evaluation of the team by being there. Look, she's the biggest star in the world. Even if I don't listen to her music at all, I'm a Swiftie, right? Yeah, because at that point you have a mega superstar also dating a Hall of Fame tight end. That doesn't happen too often. So the NFL is smart about it, regardless of what anybody says, that having her there. And by the way, she's only been on camera for the max 20 seconds ever. I know. People lose it. 20 seconds. They're talking about it. Yeah. The marketers love it. The ad guys love it.
I was locked up with a guy, black guy, that had gone on a cruise with his fiance. He has a room with the wifey, and he's got a separate room. And she knows about it. Like, it's on her credit card. She goes to bed for the night. He goes to a bar. Now, the bar, it's adults only. He walks up. Girl is there, chatting with a couple of guys, starts chatting with him. He buys her a drink. And I'm assuming she's 21 years old. The bartender's serving her. She proceeds to have several drinks. He ends up leaving because she's talking with the other guys. So he goes back to his room, can't go to sleep. At 1 o'clock or something, he leaves to go back to the bar, see if there's anybody else there. And when he gets out of the elevator, the two guys and the girl are all getting on the elevator, and they say, do you want to come with them? And he's like, okay. So all three of them go to his room. They go to that room. They all have sex with her. These guys leave, but he goes back to the wife. 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, there's banging on the door. He opens the door to like security guards and like the manager. He's like, what's going on? They're like, you need to come to security. He's like, what's happening? He gets down there. He said, when I walk in, he said, the two guys at a desk, he said, one of the guys is just crying. So the girl, she immediately went and told the security that these guys had assaulted her. There were 3 of them. She went back to the room because they'd given her some drinks. She didn't really know what was going to happen. And by the way, she's 15. He's like, 15? She's in the bar. He ends up, when they come back to the port, the FBI arrests him. He pleads guilty. He gets 20 years. During the course of the trial, it came out that this was the 3rd or 4th time she had accused someone of an assault exactly like this. For some reason, in federal court, they wouldn't allow any of that in. I was locked up with a guy, black guy, that had gone.
What y'all looking for? So what, you the one supposed to give me my whooping, huh? Oh, the hell, I got one of those. Gordon only gave me one. Give me a second, I'll see if Gordon.
So what, you the one supposed to give me?
What does it feel like when you get stung by a stingray? If you took an electrical wire, stripped the rubber off of it, and then intravenously shoved it up your veins and kept going, that's what it feels like to be stung by an Amazonian stingray. I was like, oh, let me get a shot of me in the waterfalls. And then you see me get, I'm like, oh God, oh God. And my friend comes up to me and he goes, there's no time. He's like, it's about to get so much worse. I don't remember going from where we were back to the station, a 30-minute ride, and then it was up the stairs in so much pain. It's insane.
No. 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 And a woman says, if you want me to be with you and be with you exclusively. I was just trying to drink some water on the plane. Then I noticed my nails were turning black. As a doctor, I instantly realized this was a sign of severe oxygen deprivation. The bottle in my hand started to twist and distort. The cup on the table began shaking violently. The flight attendant noticed something was wrong. She quickly sat down and buckled her seatbelt. She urged passengers to do the same, but by then, it was already too late. In the next second, the plane hit turbulence. The water in the cup suddenly floated in the air. Passengers who hadn't buckled up were sucked into the air. The entire cabin started shaking violently. People froze, terrified. The only thing they could do was grab the armrests. The captain realized the danger immediately. He put on his oxygen mask. With the pressure drop, the oxygen masks fell from above. Passengers quickly put on their masks to breathe, but my wife didn't get the chance. She fainted from lack of air before she could breathe. At that moment, a woman in the restroom was also trapped. The turbulence was so violent she couldn't open the door. Finally, she fainted on the floor. I rushed to the flight attendant area. I found an emergency oxygen bottle. I quickly put it on my wife. That saved her from the brink of death. Then, after another intense jolt, the pressure inside the cabin miraculously stabilized. Flight 7500 had survived the ordeal. To reassure us, the captain made an announcement. It turned out the turbulence had caused a storm, but they had fixed it. The plane would descend to stabilize the pressure. We finally breathed a sigh of relief. Soon, the flight attendant found the woman who had fainted. She quickly gave her oxygen. Miraculously, the woman woke up. We thought the nightmare was over, but then strange things started happening. A middle-aged man began gasping for air. The flight attendant, Lisa, immediately called for help. I rushed to assist, but the man's condition worsened quickly. He kept pointing at his mouth. Before I could figure out what he wanted, blood suddenly sprayed from his mouth. Then he began convulsing like a zombie, but soon he went completely still. When I laid him down, I realized he had stopped breathing, with a passenger dead on board. The captain reported it to the control tower. We still had an hour before landing, so the crew moved the body to the business class. They covered him with a blanket, but soon after, a man sneaked upstairs. He'd seen the dead man's gold watch. He tried to steal it, but after pulling the watch off, he didn't leave. Instead, he took out his phone to take pictures. He even mocked the dead man. Then, in a horrifying moment, the corpse's head suddenly turned. The body sat up. The thief froze in terror. I was just trying to drink some water on the plane. Then I noticed my nails.
Man, and the crowd powder is bring on chicken, seafood.
Not that powder. He did say, though, he said he had great cocaine summers. The man said he was not on that cane game time.
I just know the Lawrence Taylor stories. I read LT's book, To the Edge, Over the Edge. Now, you know LT's my favorite player of all time. My understanding is you don't just snort cocaine for 2 months and then keep it, then just stop. Big Randy snorted powder. He played in the 70s. My understanding of his friends and stories I heard as a grown man, you don't have a two-window cocaine summer. I think it's maybe a little manufactured about the cocaine summer story. To be honest, I wasn't in the locker room. I didn't see him walk in, but I think that's a stretch for Lamar Odom to say that.
Yeah, I don't think it's a stretch. You know, the same as guys doing popping pills and all this different things in the off season. I think it's possible to have cocaine summers and, you know, have a little fun. And because the one thing, most guys would prefer to have cocaine summers than marijuana summers, because the marijuana, the weed, gonna stay in your system. Now you're gonna go back and fail a test as opposed to bumping a little powder. So I do my nose. Not that I do powder, or ever have, and never will.
Are you making the case for being a cocaine addict?
No, I am not. Thank you for catching that. No, I'm not. But what I'm saying is, you said he's a stretch.
You might not believe it. I believe it. Definitely.
Somebody can snort coke for 8 weeks.
It doesn't happen.
He stopped for 40.
Who said he stopped? Who said he stopped?
He said he stopped. He said he do it during the summer and then not
the rest of the year.
That part might be a stretch. And maybe he's not. Maybe he didn't have an overly addictive personality. Maybe he could cut off.
He told the world he was an addict the other day. The thing about Lamar Odom is when I hear the stories he tells about what his life was like, he actually overachieved, right? And not based on his talent, because I think it was Rhode Island coming out of college. Like Lamar Odom was the dude.
Does anybody else have that one best friend you really don't have an origin story for? Like you went from total strangers to best friends. No build up, no awkward phase. Just you and I, we're in this thing together now. Does anybody else have that one best friend you
heard the doctor say, hey, he's stable now, but he did cold. You say, what? She said, the first time. And I was like, there was another time?
Janice McCullough says Bernie Mac looked lucid, rolled his eyes at a joke, and gave everyone hope. But what he quietly mouthed to her when they were alone changes the whole story.
She said it's like 3 minutes. They brought him back. So the night before, he woke up and he's lucid. And my mom goes, hey, Bernard, do you know who I am? He looks at her and rolls his eyes like, I'm like, yes, this is proof he's getting better. He's going to be fine. He waited till she was gone and he motioned for me to come over and he mouths. And I'm like, I knew it wouldn't be long before you started talking like that. And he shook his head and he looked at me. And then he went like he was dying. I didn't take it seriously. I'm in denial. My dad can't die. That was Thursday to Friday night when they let us see him. Heard the doctor say,
What are you supposed to do when a grizzly attack?
Well, if it's a female grizzly, you are literally better off letting her fuck you up. Just curl up in a ball. You're supposed to put your hand behind your neck, lay in a fetal position, and don't let her get access to your organs. But that's assuming you can survive that. She's probably going to break your arms. She's probably going to snap your legs, bite into you in ways that you can't imagine the kind of force and power she can generate. She's trying to immobilize you as a threat to her children. If a male's trying to kill you, it's usually because he's starving to death. They don't recognize people as a food source because they rarely eat people.
What are you supposed to do when a grizzly?
Hey, you gotta watch this.
Proverbs 30:30 says, the lion in you never retreats. He back it up. A lion don't walk backwards for nothing. And when he walk for three things. He hungry, he coming to take your territory, and the last one, too many kids in here cover years. Proverbs 28:1 says, the righteous. He didn't say the perfect. It says the righteous are as bold as a lion. Do we understand what the righteous means? I don't even look to be perfect. I just look to get up every day and walk with exactly who I am.
For more spiritual encouragement,
18 years old, sitting on the couch. His brother comes in one day and says, hey, I need you, little bro. I need you to drive a car for me. Okay, what's going on? So it's him and his buddy. They're like, we know where there's a stash house. 1,000. We'll give you 10 grand. All you got to do is drive up. Let's go in the house. We're going to get in the car and then just drive. And he's like, okay. So he drives in there. As they're pulling up, the brothers get out of the vehicle and they start running towards the house with their weapons. They don't even get all the way into the house. And vehicles start pulling up. Guys jump out of the bushes, whatever, with their guns, screaming and hollering. The brothers start firing. These guys back. He sees his brother getting multiple times. They're all shooting back at each other. He punches it and drives off. The federal vehicles slam into his vehicle. He jumps out of the vehicle. He's thinking it's like a rival gang. He was running, lost his leg, the brother and the friend. Both those guys, I think, got killed. And he ended up getting like 30 years, never got out of the car other than a run. 18 years old, sitting on the couch. His brother comes in one day and says, hey, I need you, little bro.
The greatest pro day of all time came from none other than Randy Moss. Now, if we rewind a bit before his pro day, Randy Moss was considered one of the top prospects in the 1998 draft. However, he had faced legal trouble on multiple occasions, causing him to transfer schools and play for the much smaller school Marshall. He had a great college career, was still a top prospect, but NFL GMs had their concerns. He didn't go to the NFL Combine and opted to work out at Marshall's pro day. His pro day numbers were as follows. He measured at 6'4", 215 pounds, ran a 4.25 40-yard dash, and had a 47-inch vertical jump. For context, he would be the 6th fastest 40-yard dash among any NFL prospect ever. It would be the highest vertical jump of any player ever. Now, these are from his pro day, so they are not official, and there's not any footage of this. But given all the anecdotes from the few scouts who made the trip up there, it seems to be very accurate. Randy Moss would famously fall in the NFL draft due to those character concerns. But the Minnesota Vikings were one of the few teams who had a scout at Marshall's Pro Day, and they drafted him 21st overall. Randy Moss, of course, went on to have a Hall of Fame NFL career, and his Marshall Pro Day is just one of many legendary Randy Moss stories. The greatest pro day of all time.
The one thing that's really unique about him is that voice, man. He's got a voice for radio, man. If you hear it, if you just got to shut your eyes, he's got
Kelsey. So Kelsey's passing the 20 to the 10. Touchdown.
keep fighting as
Want us to get back?
Hi. So, Mom's on the phone, just as a courtesy. I know she's got track practice today, so we want to make sure that you guys at the school knew and what you guys want to decide as far as what she's going to do. So, you can explain that. Do you mind?
Okay, so this morning, I made a post to my private story on Snapchat, to my private story on Snapchat, there we go. It was just to two friends. And it just said something about how I hate slow walkers and something along the lines of shooting up school, basically. And Snapchat flagged it, and they locked my account. Like I can't even show you what the post is because I don't have access to my Snapchat account anymore. And yeah,
and that's got notified from the FBI about the snap because it came back to an IP address. I'm assuming here, and her living here. But did you snap this at the school?
Yes.
Okay.
This was like during past period of time period.
Okay. So it was actually not reported by these. I believe it just from Snapchat to FBI to us.
Yeah, because no one even saw it. So since there was only two people, it had not even gotten. Yeah. No one could have even screenshotted it to spread it around. It's not like a thing. It's just a dumb joke.
That's so funny. And did you get the FBI? Did they give it to you? Do we have the check? Yeah. And no weapons in the house, right, Mom? No weapons in the house. No FOIA cards. No history. No arrest. No. You're 18, right? Correct. Yeah. So, and she's got track practice today. So. Okay. Well, track practice is not going to happen. Okay. Okay. I don't need to talk to Mom. You're 18, so. Okay. I'll talk to her. Yeah. Hi.
But you're still talking like you acting big and bad, but you ain't got your camera on.
I didn't say nothing about being big and bad. The only thing that's big and bad in that room is that fat hippopotamus next to you. That's what's big and bad. That's big and fat. Big and nasty, big and stink. And the fact that I'm not even talking about her, I'm talking about you, and the fact that you're pointing at her and grabbing her, that tells me that you think she's fat. You're a weird friend. I'm talking about you. And let me ask you a question. Why did you think I was talking about her?
Because you keep going.
Why do you think I was talking about her? Why? Answer it.
But you're still talking like you acting big and bad, but you ain't got your camera on.
I didn't say nothing about being big and bad. The only thing that's big and bad in that room is that fat hippopotamus next to you. That's what's big and bad. That's big and fat. Big and nasty, big and stink. And the fact that I'm not even talking about her, I'm talking about you, and the fact that you're pointing at her and grabbing her, that tells me that you think she's fat. You're a weird friend. I'm talking about you. And you got date nigga word. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. What's good though? All right, let's go right quick. You ain't come on that corner. All right, let's go right quick. What the fuck, nigga? You a fan? I didn't even know you, nigga. Nigga's a fan, nigga. Nigga, I don't even know this nigga. You know my whole name, nigga. I'm right here. What's up, man? Let him do shit in the shop. Let him do shit in the shop. Yeah, come around the corner. Get it in, nigga. Chill, stop playing around the corner. Chill, nigga. Chill, Lord, man. Come around the corner. Come around the corner. Yeah. Again, bro. Like, this nigga's a danger. Who am I? You know me, bro? I know you. Come around this corner. Why? Come around this corner. Why? Nigga, get the phone. Sign me on. Nigga, get the phone. Come around this corner. This nigga's ass.
He's one ass whipping lay card.
Yeah. Who got the game? Yo, come on, man. Get out, man. Who got it, man? Who got it, bro. I got it. I got it. I got it. I got it. What? I got it. What? They ain't going nowhere, nigga. You're going to jail, nigga. You're going to jail. Call the police. It's on the stream, nigga.
Yeah, nigga, word.
Yeah.
What she on?
Okay, first of all, first of all, happy International Women's Day. Oh, thank you to both of you.
This was the moment an American tourist realized she was in serious danger. While riding the Rail Runner mountain coaster in Gatlinburg, Tennessee, two adult black bears stepped almost directly onto the track in front of her. The coaster cannot be steered, stopped, or exited, leaving her a sitting duck as the bears stared her down from just a few feet away. But she was extremely lucky the bears showed curiosity rather than aggression, a common response when black bears don't feel threatened or have become accustomed to human activity. Wildlife officials later warned the situation could have turned fatal in seconds if the bears had reacted differently. This was the...
Hold on. Okay. When was the NBA more popular, 90s or today?
I think NBA is more popular today.
No, it's not even close. NBA's gone down. It's a joke. Even
So, you went to prison. What year you went to prison?
I went to prison in 1990.
And you came home when?
I came home March 17, 92. With 4 years probation. I violated March 17, 92.
Damn.
Same day.
So
the charge, Ronald calling from the first place that sent me to prison, Richmond Junior High, fucking with them niggas in the ice, fucking with Tater Heads.
So what, they sent you back?
I went on the run. God couldn't go back there. I went on the run about 2 months, and God bless R.I.P. Hollywood. He was like, just go. You turn yourself in. Yeah, it ain't worth it.
Yeah. So how long you did after you turned yourself in?
I did like 3 years.
Came home what, 95?
January 25th of 95.
So
Look at Baldy. Holy shit. Yeah, he just took the whole thing.
Would you mind filling out an incident report?
Here we go. Here we go.
As far as just anybody injured, you said no. Sir, you said a bullet grazed your leg?
I felt a whiz. You don't recall that? Zaluga, like, the only thing that seems true in this is that this guy has a sick body.
The only thing that seems true in this is that this guy has a sick body.
I mean, that's astonishing. Look at Baldy. Holy shit. Yeah, he just took the whole thing.
Would you mind filling?
You will never believe what this man is about to pull off. You will never believe what this man is about to pull off.
Bodie might be one of the most tragic characters of all time. This nigga started on the corner as a youngin' working for the Barksdale. He was so loyal, he even killed his own friend Wallace after Wallace snitched. After that, Bodie was all in. When Marlo started taking corners, everybody adjusted. Bodie didn't. Then little Kevin got killed by Marlo's crew, and Bodie snapped. Nigga sat down with McNulty saying he ain't snitching on his people, but hidden he might help bring Marlo down. Bodie should have never spoke to that nigga. Later, two bishops came down the diagonal, Chris and Snoop. Bodie stood tall, banging shots back. Then the night came from the blind side. Checkmate. Bodie might be one of the most tragic.
I have met ill effect for you though. Back in the VMAs, Miley Cyrus was hosting VMAs. She was like doing a call out to everybody in the.
God damn.
Hey guys, today I want to talk about one very simple, very straightforward adjustment that you can make to quarters coverage that's going to be no hyperbole, going to completely transform how well it plays against a variety of different problematic routes and problematic plays that have otherwise just been really, really difficult to stop. Number one, I'm going to be going over this trips RPO bubble play that is just really, really difficult to defend in this game. But we're also going to be going over comeback routes, which have been really, really difficult to defend in this game, and probably, like in my opinion, the most underutilized, most dangerous route to use on offense. It's just crazy how people don't really use it, given how good it is. And then that meta route combination in Bunch X Nasty, where you have that little short stem corner route from the outside receiver of the bunch. We can also defend that much, much better. Okay, so let's really quickly talk about why this RPO is so problematic in this game. Is it because it's trips tight end? Is it because the RPO is on the same side that the running back is running to? Usually it's kind of the other way around. What is it? To me, it's the fact that the flat defender is almost certainly going to be blocked. Okay, right? This isn't like doubles bubble RPO or spread RPO or wing slot bubble RPO. You have the bubble coming from the number 3 receiver here, okay? So as we know, like when we're talking about zone coverage, your flat defender is either coming from the corner, like in a cover 2 situation, or he's coming from the nickel, like in a cover 4 situation or cover 3 situation, right? And so those guys specifically are going to be blocked here, right? And we know that this is just, really, really difficult because you kind of shoot that out there, and as long as the blocks work pretty well, you're one-on-one the safety here. And with quarters, like you have the numbers, right? You have basically 4/3 on that side, but that safety is kind of, flat-footed, cheating in a little bit inside. He doesn't really have RPO rules. And so by the time he gets to the RPO, you've already, as you've seen, gone 10 yards off the field. So then really, what are your options to defend this? It's, maybe I user this guy, and then that takes me out of the box. And then that takes me out of the box, and then you have this wide open B gap right here to run the ball through. Okay, so that's difficult as well. Okay, or we can do man coverage, like we can man this guy up, or maybe like man him up with the safety so that we can play in the box. But really quickly, we can start to kind of distort our coverage, and then get into situations where we're in man, maybe we don't want to be in man, that kind of thing. The other one is, and I'll just say really, really quickly, is coverages where the safety is the flat defender. Okay, and there aren't too many of these, but you often see them in cover 3 blitzes, where this safety is rolling down in a seam flat. This guy might be blitzing here. This guy is going to be replacing in the if I can get it right, in the inside third, there we go, the inside third, something that's looking like this. And this is actually an underrated way to defend the RPO, this particular RPO, because again, the guy that's in the flat isn't being blocked until, later on, you might get this kind of redistribution that you just saw there. But anyway, that was kind of a hacked together version of that. It was kind of a mess. But anyway, how can you do the point of this video, which is one simple adjustment to change how we defend this RPO, and then a variety of other things that are also difficult to defend. And that simple adjustment is just backing off the quarter flat. Okay, so you're kind of backing them up here, then you almost have two strong side safeties right here. And the idea here is that we want to mess with the blocking distribution, okay? And normally I don't like, messing with the game's mechanics, but when it's in a situation where, we don't have the tools, like we don't have RPO defense, we have to kind of hack it together, unfortunately. And so in this case, this is my hack to that. And so what you're going to be doing here is that you want now the number 2 receiver, the number 15 right here, to target the 3 receiver hook rather than the flat defender. And so now you'll see, and we'll get into the replay right here, what exactly happens. So let's go into the replay right here. So by backing off the slot DB, up to 9 yards or whatever that is, the closer threat for number 2 is actually a 3 receiver hook. Okay, so you've distorted the blocking a little bit here. Okay, so this won't always happen, by the way. Like, if you align this guy in the box, then he may be further away than this guy that's backed up, and the slot receiver will go back to blocking the flat defender, which is not what you want. Okay, so make sure that this guy's, still out here, reasonably speaking, a little bit outside the box. And we'll get into his run responsibility in a second. So now this number 2 targets the middle linebacker. And then what ends up happening is the outside receiver actually gets the flat defender. And because of that, this corner is a little bit off. And we get this guy at 5 yards rather than, something like 0 yards, which is what we really want. In some cases, this might be okay with you. Like if you're giving up 5 yards in a situation where you're okay with 5 yards, that's fine. Or you can go into something like this. You can back off the slot and actually press the outside corner. And this isn't bad, right? In quarters, you don't get a hard press animation, so you're not going to be worried about getting beat over the top here. If you're running palms, then you do need to kind of worry about that because that is a man-to-man situation over there. In quarters, he's going to bail out there, and so you should be okay. So now it should look a little bit better where, nobody can block that flat defender. He's going to come there better where, nobody can. So now it should look a little bit better where, nobody can block that flat defender. He's going to come there and, you're not going to get like a pick or anything like that, but it's going to be a, 0 yard situation or a 1 yard situation or a hit stick situation if you want that. Okay. And then from there, the situation is, what is the run responsibility of the 3 receiver hook here? Well, he's outside of the box, but he is folding into that open B gap, that play side B gap between the left tackle and the left guard. And sure, the number 15 wide receiver is going to target you, okay? But he's way away from the ball, right? We've kind of bugged out the blocking distribution. So he's way away from things, and so we should be able to just fly in here and make the tackle. I only have 2 hands there, so I wasn't able to make the tackle. But let's take a quick look at that in this replay. So we're going to have an edge defender right here. If that guy has good strength, good impact block, he's going to really do a good job of setting the edge. There's absolutely nobody covering me. I'm going to take the running back's head off if he doesn't make me miss right here. This is actually crazy, this crazy juke right here. But anyway, and then on this side, nobody's blocking the flat defender. If they're throw the bubble, he's going to come down and make that clean tackle like we showed you before. Okay, so that's basically RPO defense out of quarters right here, where you're solid against the run, you're solid against the bubble, and you really didn't have to distort too much. You didn't have to, roll safeties down into the box and put guys into man coverage and things like that. You didn't have to do too much of that. The other thing you could do, if you don't want to do this kind of folding into the V-gap type of business, although I think it's probably your best option, something that I've been talking about for a while is this tech stunt away from the running back. And what this will do is allow us to kind of swap responsibility between that defensive end and ourselves as the 3 receiver hook. Okay, so now we have the C gap rather than the B gap. But the problem there is, The problem there is that RPO defense is just weird in this game. Like the fact that this quarter flat, like what on earth is he doing? Just absolutely wild. So I do hope in one of these next year's games that's coming up soon that run defense is more holistic. There's no weird like RPO behavior like this. It's just absolutely insane that this guy would do this. And I get that there's RPO settings, passive, aggressive, and things like that, but just this, in no world does this make any sense for this guy to do this. So he should be plugging this gap right here. He should be plugging this, ready to take the running back's head off. This edge defender should be trying to kind of close or at least collapse that B gap, and then I'd be waiting there on the edge. But what I showed you before, where we're looping in, holding into the B gap, is just as fine. Okay, now, so that's kind of the first of three where this gets really good, and I think that's really great on its own. Just being able to defend this pesky RPO. The other one that's great about this is defending comebacks. And I made a video on this a couple weeks ago in the Deuce Close Plus YouTube membership, along with some other interesting adjustments that you can make to kind of transform quarters and make it into something really, really nice. By the way, if you're running quarters and pawns in some of these match coverages, let me know what you really struggle with. Okay, I think I kind of get a good sense of like where things are weak and where things are strong, but I always like to hear from you guys, like what's really annoying you, like what types of route combinations, things like that, and specifically that give you a headache. Because chances are there's ways that you can, without totally breaking the coverage, adapt and make it a bit better. So in this case, let's reset. Let's put that quarter flat back here, just to kind of show you what I mean. If you have a play like this, like say verticals, let's get this tight end out of the way. We can get into situations where this slot receiver is basically clearing out two defenders, the quarter flat and the safety over there. And then you can get a one-on-one on the outside if you have a little bit of time in the pocket. And let me make a little bit more space as well. Make a little bit more space here. Let's get into 4 verticals. Let's take this guy out of the play. Let's put Allen on the comeback. Let's hope I have some time in the pocket. And you can get that throw out there. Okay, so it's a bad throw. But what happens here is that the quarter flat, he has to chuck the number 2 receiver. And so just the time it takes to do that gets this guy, involved in something else and delayed from his drop, which is getting underneath number 1. Okay? And so there, what you do, because the corner has over-the-top leverage, any sort of outbreaking routes outside are always going to win against the corner. Again, the quarter flat is sucked too much in the inside, just because he does need to help the safety out a little bit, chucking number 2, holding that seam a little bit until he's able to pass that receiver off to the safety. And again, I got a bad throw, but this should, by all means, be a completion for 15 yards or whatever that is. I've hit that throw myself hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times. Now, the idea here is back to what we had before. We are backing off the quarter flat, and we are sacrificing that chuck animation because, to be frank, I haven't seen many situations, if any at all, in this game where it's actually beneficial to us. Okay, so I'm taking that out. And so now what will happen, if I have time in the pocket, the quarter flat is able to get underneath 1 much, much better, right? Because not only is he... Okay, so I will say that he does hold this curl area briefly, which is actually nice. He holds this briefly, so you can't just quick snap that throw, right? We're still helping the safety out a little bit, and then once the safety matches, we're done with him. So it's 10 yards, we're done with him, okay? Now, the safety is up here, or sorry, the slot is up here at 14 yards rather than down here at like 7 yards or whatever that is. And what that means is that he's in a great position to now just shuffle, and get underneath number 1. and pick that ball off, make a play on that ball. And especially this behavior right here is a little bit erratic, that this might look open for a second, that comeback route, and then late he goes underneath that and takes that off. So in a world, in a game where that comeback route beats so many different, coverages and coverages, this is a really, really good option for that. The way I like to think about it is, you can run something like, let's say, cover 2, where you have, this is just kind of another way of doing that. It's just getting a free zone underneath that comeback route. We're capping routes over the top, and then we're getting a freebie zone underneath that to cut that off. Okay, so definitely use that. That doesn't just apply to this formation, it applies to other formations. The only thing you need to know is, obviously, if you get into a situation like this, go verticals right here, come back, and then let's say we put number 3 to the flat. Which isn't, always going to happen. This isn't really a common route combination, but it's definitely possible. Then you're kind of back to square one, because that quarter flat is going to come down hard on that flat defender, on that flat route. And this is kind of another topic. This is a topic for another video. I do wish that we could kind of adjust the aggressiveness of some of these match zones. Some of them are too passive, like say the soft squat. Some of them, they're kind of too passive. And some of them, like this, are almost too aggressive. It's like, why am I jumping to defend this 2-yard route? Like, I would rather this guy, he's still relating to the flat route. He's still primarily defending the flat route. But I'd rather him be a here, so he can kind of play both, right? So you can cut off that comeback route, or at least make it an extremely difficult throw. Or, if they throw that flat route, we catch him, and it's a, 4-yard game. Like, big whoop, who cares, type of thing. So that's something I'm hoping to see in the future, like a kind of a shading mechanic for match coverages, where we can change leverage points, change the aggressiveness, that kind of stuff. But, it is what it is in this situation. Okay, lastly, let's get into the bunch X nasty thing. Okay, bunch X nasty. You get this type of route combination, where this is actually a really good route combination for box quarters, right? Because you're kind of stressing like 3 vertical or kind of 2.5 vertical routes, and in a situation where you only have really 2 vertical matching defenders, it kind of really does stress things quite a bit. So this is honestly just a good route combination, to be honest with you. But the fact of the matter is that it is something really annoying. It's really pesky to deal with. So you get into a situation like this, everybody gets matched. Like, in the end, that corner will match that corner route. It's just that he comes down on it late, right? So let's go instant replay right here. Everything ends up redistributing. You get the safety to come over to give you the numbers, and then by the time he gets over, this guy can redistribute, and then this guy can redistribute down to the corner route. But it just, you see, it's not ideal, right? Technically, logically, everything works out nice, but the leverage points, the timing of which, it isn't really great. So now, let's go back with our old friend, backed off quarters, taking that slot nickel and just simply back him off to 10 yards. You're almost like you're getting another safety over there. And let's go ahead and reroute everything, just like this, and let's run it again. Let's see what it looks like. So you see, obviously it's much better. And the whole reason being there is that the quarter flat is no longer kind of stuck down here. Like, what will happen at this point from before, the quarter flat was obviously not up here, he was kind of down here. And so you can throw the ball over his head, outside, pass lead, over here, it's, a toe tap before the corner can get there. But now, simply just because you backed him off, he's in a better position to kind of relate to that receiver. Now, is he absolutely blanketing him? No. If there's more field to this, maybe you could squeeze that in there, but it's certainly going to make that a much, much more difficult throw, if not an interception, as you see here. Okay, so that's it, guys. That's the video. It's really just one adjustment, Maybe another, like when we're talking about the RPOs to press the corner and things like that. But to me, backdoor quarters is a great option for you to defend not just these really crazy route combinations, but sure, some others as well. Okay, guys, hope you liked it. See you in the next one.
Care of itself. That is Shefty, who's taking care of all of it for us. Shefty, in the 3 minutes since last I spoke to you, a lot has happened. Go.
The New York Jets are trading for the former Pro Bowl safety Minka Fitzpatrick, a 7th-round pick to the Miami Dolphins. The Jets get somebody who can call defensive signals for a 7th-round pick. It's the 7th-round pick this year that they own from the Los Angeles Chargers. The Dolphins were planning to move on from Minka Fitzpatrick. They've been having trade discussions. They find a taker in the Jets who had been in the safety market. Minka Fitzpatrick goes and signs a 3-year, $40 million deal. But Minka Fitzpatrick, Greeny, is on the way to the New York Jets.
Okay, so Minka Fitzpatrick to the Jets, and the news is coming, and Shefty will have more as we continue. Stay close by, Adam. I'll go to the NBA here, but we're ready to run back in case
The Green Bay Packers are finalizing a trade to send Rashawn Gary to the Dallas Cowboys. I'm told it's going to be a late round 2027 draft pick. We're awaiting the confirmation on the trade. They're still working through it, still finalizing the deal. But Rashawn Gary looks like he's going to be headed to the Dallas Cowboys. The Cowboys get some defensive help.
Okay, that's one that we were looking forward to. Let me bring my guys in on this. I've got Graziano, I've got J-Mac here. So let me ask you guys, J-Mac, we're waiting to see what the Cowboys would do, if they would move aggressively. This feels reasonably aggressive. It's not Trey Hendrickson. It's not Max Crosby, which are one of the things that we had talked about, but it is a move. What can you tell us? What is your reaction to Rashawn Gary now at the Cowboys?
Well, we talked about the fact that the Dallas Cowboys, how much did they miss out on with Max Crosby? And we said earlier that, hey, there's still some guys out there, maybe free agency and maybe trade. And a guy like Rashawn Gary, who was paired with Micah Parsons a season ago, he brings them a guy on the edge that can get after the quarterback, maybe not at the level of a Max Crosby or Micah Parsons, but a really good defensive end that also can set the edge and stop the run. The Cowboys are going to need multiple players on the defensive side of the ball. Rashawn Gary is just the first one to fall. They're going to need more guys, but a nice trade for the Dallas Cowboys to get a guy that's impactful on the edge.
A late round pick in next year's draft that feels like a pretty good bargain from a Dallas perspective.
Rashawn Gary's a guy that Green Bay was looking to do something with. I believe they saved about $11 million against the cap with this move, so he didn't necessarily fit into their plans. So they get something in return for him. The Cowboys get a 21-year-old who can sack the 28-year-old who can sack the quarterback. And The Cowboys clearly were big fans of last year's Green Bay Packers defense. Now they have Kenny Clark and Rashawn Gary. But this answers the question of where do the Cowboys go once they lose out on Max Crosby. Now I would expect their resources to be put into those other positions we're talking about. Off-ball linebacker, safety, cornerback. They need help in all those places.
There's a lot of that in the draft also, so they can address some of those in the draft. I'm told we've got Orlovsky back in Indianapolis. Excellent. Remember, all these guys will be together with McAfee and crew at noon Eastern today when all this officially begins. But as you can see, it is already off and running. What's your reaction, Dan? Rashawn Gary to the Cowboys.
Yeah, I like this addition. 15 sacks over the last 2 seasons for Rashawn Gary. And this is also one of the pieces that needed to be checked off for the Cowboys in free agency or the draft, that they just needed edge help. They did not have enough edge pass rush last year, so those 2 interior defensive tackles didn't get the impact that they wanted to. So this isn't just a final move, but this is a good start for Dallas. Off-ball backer like Graz is talking about and secondary player. It also makes me think that the Packers, I hope, are going to try to make a run to re-sign Romeo Doubs, their star wide receiver that I think they need to keep on the outside. But from a Cowboys perspective, this is a very good start to free agency. Rashawn Gary, 15 sacks in the last 2 seasons, is a good pass rush defensive end.
He mentioned the Packers side of it. You think about it, Micah Parsons goes down with an injury late in that season, and now they're moving on from Rashawn Gary. And I think we've kind of gone into the season thinking like, hey, is Green Bay going to go all in? They have a new defensive coordinator in John Gannon, but where are the next moves for Green Bay to show up that they're in the NFC and they're going to be a contender? Because, yes, a Romeo Doubs helps Jordan Love on the offensive side of the ball, but you gave up what you gave up for Micah Parsons a year ago, and now you're detracting from the defensive line that impacts Micah Parsons, who's going to be coming off.
Talent acquisition in the NFL is the definition of a zero-sum game. It is literally robbing from Peter to pay Paul. So maybe on some level, getting Rashawn Gary for what they had to give up to get him relative to what it would have cost them to get Max Crosby. Again, Crosby's the big name. It would have led to all the shows. It would be the much sexier move. But in this case, maybe this is a very sensible move. I'm told I still have Shefty working with me here. Shefty, fill in some more blanks for us as, again, the news continues to come in.
Yeah, well, this is going to be a third-day pick, as we talked about. They're finalizing it right now. It's third day. And it will reunite Rashawn Gary with Kenny Clark. So 2 former Packers teammates now reunited in Dallas. The Cowboys and Packers have become trade partners here, going back to Micah Parsons last year. And Green Bay shaking things up. Obviously, they move off of Rashawn Gary here. They're not done yet. Elton Jenkins, they've been trying to move as well. Their Pro Bowl center, I would expect that he's either traded or released here in the next 24 hours. So they're clearing out some cap space, moving on, transitioning. The Dallas Cowboys are adding to their defensive line as we get started here with what should be a crazy, chaotic day of moves, Greeny.
And Orlovsky, it's just interesting. We hear, and I forget who it was that first made this comment to me, but this is the time that NFL teams tell you the truth. Right? They spend all the time lying to you, and then the draft and free agency, if you forget about what they say and you watch what they actually do. The Packers, who were this close, it felt like, to being a Super Bowl team, Micah Parsons goes down, and now they have to start doing all of this retooling. The Cowboys, they sound like they're going for it, Dan. We've been waiting and waiting for them to go for it. Rashawn Gary, I know it's not, that doesn't have the flash of a Max Crosby. I think this is a very, very good move. Dan, the Cowboys feel like a team that's going for it.
They need 3 moves. This is one of them. This is one of them. And I agree, Greeny. The Cowboys realize, and the football people in the NFL realize, this is a team that is far closer to competing than the maybe public believes that they are. If they can add another piece or 2 and then grease the draft, the Cowboys are going to be right in the conversation next year for legit contender.
Okay, so we will get into much more of this as we continue. But again, one move has been made in Dallas for a
Super Bowl MVP, Kenneth Walker Jr. This is a run game in Kansas City that has just declined over the past couple of years and was one of the least explosive run games in the NFL last season. Mahomes, ACL, going to have to miss some time, more than likely next year. Go sign a dynamic, young running back to improve your run game, become more balanced on offense.
Go to the Commanders. They took a step back last year after making the Final Four. What's something that might help them? J-Man.
would like to see him bring Stephon Diggs home. Bring back a guy that is a veteran receiver on the outside and what he can do for Jaden Daniels. You're not expecting to sign him to a long-term deal, but you can bring in a Diggs and watch what he did for Drake May a year ago, over 1,000 yards and being a security blanket for a young receiver, a guy that you can trust that is shorthanded, that will make big catches on third down.
And then finally, one I feel like we've been talking about forever, and finally the time is here. Graziano, Vikings, what are they doing about quarterback? I think I would go with Kyler Murray if I were them. I think he's part of their calculus along with Geno Smith and maybe some other guys. But Kyler Murray on a minimum salary deal because he has offset language and the Cardinals are paying him $37 million no matter what this year. This feels like a good bet for a team in the Vikings position to make. They aren't fully ready to give up on J.J. McCarthy, but they also don't want to just sort of say, hey, J.J., you're our starter, you're our guy week one. They want a veteran to come in and at least challenge him, if not beat him out. Shefty, take us through that. Let's start with Kyler Murray and the rest of the quarterbacks today. And is Minnesota a place that you're looking at?
Yeah, that would certainly be a place where he would be interested and they would be interested. But the thing with Kyler Murray here is that, again, he's on that veteran minimum deal because the Cardinals owe him $36.8 million. So he can essentially pick where he wants to go to rehab himself, so to speak, and put himself in the type of position that other quarterbacks have. Remember, Baker Mayfield wound up with the Rams, playing
That shit been froze like this for a minute. I just started pick six, and this shit just started doing this. That shit been froze like this for a minute. I just started pick six, and this shit just started doing this. That shit been froze like this for a minute. I just started pick.
Let's talk about one of the most bread and butter defenses in all of football. A coverage that you see, every Sunday in NFL. It's prevalent across every team out there, across multiple situations throughout multiple games. But for whatever reason, you just don't see that much of in Madden. And I know a few of the reasons, but
We're about 20 miles from the Gulf of Mexico at Raymond James Stadium, just north of downtown Tampa, as we bring you the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, two teams ready to square off. It's the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on themselves. Welcome to you, Mike Tirico, along with Greg Olson. Chase McLaughlin set to get it started. Off we go from Raymond James Stadium.
Regular! Alert, alert! Alert, alert! Good. Run. Hey, alert 30. Up, up! What's that?
Here's Baker to begin with a pass. To the left side, to Godwin. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
2nd and 6 at the 39-yard line.
Up, up! Point it right, point it right, point it right. Regular, regular. What's that?
Throwing on 2nd down. Mayfield in trouble, and down he goes. Not the sharpest of starts on offense here in early 3rd and long.
Real. Hey, alert, 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 alert. Alert, 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 alert. Scott.
From the gun, it's Mayfield. He'll get that complete to Emeka Egbuka. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10.
17 yards. That's good for a first down.
Hey, alert 33.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Stop.
Out of the shotgun, Mayfield. A throw left side there, not going to find the time. Incomplete.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this is one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
No gain on the play. It's 3rd and 10.
Pistol. Point it right. What's that?
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Mayfield. Short throw there, pulled in by Evans. What a call on this opening drive. They're going to go for it on 4th down.
It's 4th down.
Kings! Real. Hey, alert! What's that?
They do indeed snap it as they'll try and throw. That is caught. He's got Godwin. 13 yards and a big exhale as they convert on 4th down.
1st and 10.
Well, you can see the entire sideline and, frankly, the entire fan base kind of holding their breath. That decision on your own side of midfield to go for it on 4th down, had they not gotten it, that's a tough position to put your defense in, but that's a conversation for another day. The offense is going to stay on the field after the conversion, and now they got to see, can they take advantage of that aggressive play call and finish this drive with points?
And he's in! A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
Mayfield to the line. The Bucks will try for 2. The Bucks will set up for the 2-point conversion.
Real.
Back to throw. That is caught in the end zone. 2 points for the moment. We do have a flag down. Let's see if this will hold up. The official right there to call it. You cannot go out of bounds and then be the first guy to touch it. So that draws the flag. Chase McLaughlin to kick off for the Buccaneers. So the lead stands at 6-0 as this one is kicked off. This will be taken in at the 2. And that's well done by the kicking team. He's only able to make it past the 15-yard line. Right to the air. It's Mayfield. That is brought in by Ibuka. And it'll be taken down up past the 40-yard line. That one good for 26 yards. First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Alert! Hey, alert 30. Up top. Pistol. Dodge.
On first and 10, here's Baker. There's a reception for Chris Godwin. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. And it's a gain of 20 on the heels of another big play to begin this drive. Mayfield to throw on first and 10. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And he's close to another first down. This is brought down just shy of the marker.
Complete to Devin Falk. 10 yards on the
second down throw from Mayfield. Rolling right, and he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. That was a good idea. Didn't force anything there, but now it's going to bring up third down.
So anytime the quarterback leaves the pocket, immediately all the receivers, Mike, have to go scramble drill. Continue to work open, separate, give your quarterback somewhere to go with the ball, but give credit to the defense. They plaster on all the eligible receivers, and he has to just throw this one away.
Hey, alert 33. Run. Regular.
To throw is Mayfield. Open man, left side. He's got it. And he's going to pick up the first down. He knew where that marker was and made sure he got beyond it.
First down. A 4-yard pickup on the play.
King.
And the Buccaneer first down.
Point it right. Hey, alert.
To throw is Mayfield. going to be brought down. And with that tackle, we hit the end of the first quarter of play. On to the second. Buccaneers in possession of the football. They've got a 2nd and 8 coming up.
Point it right, 180!
Throwing is Mayfield. Got his man at the 6. And he's taken down, but they are in business. This sets up 1st and goal.
This is a really nice job of just finding a hole in coverage, Mike. And I used to say, hey, when you're open, stay open. That's the art of route running versus zone coverage. And it's a friendly target for the quarterback in space, and they're able to convert.
And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 1-yard line.
That'll be intercepted. Picked off by Zion McCollum. And the Buccaneers will take over here at their own 12.
So you find yourself entering the red zone. Like, it's hard to not start envisioning scoring a touchdown. Well, that interception, it changes everything. This is a huge missed opportunity. You have to capitalize and find a way to hang 6 on the defense.
Run.
On 1st down is Mayfield. That's caught. It's Bucky Irving. It's a gain of 10. That's enough for a quick 1st down.
That's good for a 1st down.
Hey, alert 33.
1st and 10 at the 20.
Mayfield to throw it here on 1st down. That's to the right side. Taken in by Evans. It's a gain of 16, and it's 2 nice plays to begin this drive. So, 1st and 10 here now at the 38.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
180, done.
Mayfield to throw. He's hit as he threw. It goes to the ground, and it's an incomplete pass.
The relationship between the pass rush and the pass coverage is critical. The better you rush the passer, the more pressure you can take off your coverage, and that's a great example why.
Regular.
That's Ibuka in motion. They go play action with Mayfield. That's over the middle and intercepted. And he's going to give his guys a short field to work with and a chance to take the lead.
And while the defender is going to get credit for the pick, Mike, I think he needs to go up on the sideline and thank his pass rush because they forced that bad throw. That is the perfect example of when the front pass rush and the back end coverage work together. Man, that was big time ball.
From the 39, here's a 1st and 10.
Kings. Pistol.
Now Mayfield. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 30-yard line.
On 2nd down, Baker forced to his right. Here's a ball thrown deep, right sideline. Third and a yard.
Hey, alert! 180! What's that?
Mayfield will swing this out wide to Irving. And he can't get away. They rally to the football defensively. Bring him down for no gain.
And less than a yard.
They'll go. Mayfield. Got a man. It's Ibuka. Complete. And he is going to have a Bucs 1st down as this defense can't come up with the play they needed. They surrender a gain of 17. on fourth down.
10 at the 12-yard line.
Regular. What's up?
They run with the Oregon man. It's Bucky Irving. And boy, tough to bring down there. Fighting forward for a gain of 7. Now the Bucs will take their first timeout. The clock stops with a little under a minute to go in this second quarter.
Set. Real. 180. Up. Hey, alert. Run. Hey, alert 33. What's up?
Throwing on second down, Mayfield. Good blocking, and he's in.
Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
Initially looking to throw it for the touchdown, couldn't find anything, so Greggy takes care of business himself, using his legs for the touchdown.
Well, it was clear early on, Mike, that this defense was expecting the pass, and after matching all the receivers in the end zone, this quarterback realized quickly it was his legs that he was going to need to rely on to get the ball across the goal line.
Is good. Makes the score Buccaneers 7, Buccaneers 6. Chase McLaughlin to kick off.
Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. And that one is through the back of the end zone. It is a touchback. From the 35, it's 1st and 10.
Kings. Regular. 180. Alert. Pistol. What's up?
Baker to throw. Good work there defensively. Knocked it away, and that pass falls incomplete.
This is teach tape for man defense, Mike. I mean, he is not looking back at the quarterback at all. He is in the hip pocket of his receiver. He's staying in phase and in rhythm. And then he knows when the wide receiver's hands go up, attack the ball. And that's about as good as it gets.
In the RPO, they'll get this to Ibuka. And he's out of bounds up beyond the 45-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
180. Alert. Point it right. Real. Up. Hey, alert 33. What's up?
From the gun, it's Mayfield. Throw over the middle, and they can't connect. It's incomplete.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call.
And this is too far out in front. One's incomplete.
All right, so the ball falls incomplete, but I think what it does now, Mike, is it allows you to stop the clock, get in the huddle, take a deep breath, and now your play caller has to give you the best play. Go get points here before the half and try to build something going into halftime.
Real. What's up?
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Mayfield. Godwin working the right side. Timeout here, Tampa Bay. That is their second. Clock will stop just under 30 seconds to go in this second quarter.
This is a really popular concept on 3rd down. It's good versus man. It's good versus zone. They call it mesh routes or drag routes. They want to create some traffic in the middle of the field and pop the receiver out the backside of the defense. But give credit to the defense. They were ready for it. They rallied to the ball and keeps them short from picking up the first down.
On 4th down, Mayfield escaping the pressure right. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. And he's going to have the Buccaneers first down. What a well-designed play to get 16 to keep the drive going.
That's good for a first down.
Hey, alert.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
180. Kings. Run. Stop.
Out of the shotgun, Mayfield. Flush to his right. He'll get rid of it and complete it. And he's in.
Just a really nice job, Mike, especially just staying poised. Pressure situation, you know how important it is to steal some points before the half, but everybody's in control. Everybody understood the situation and the clock, and they're able to finish that half in style with that late touchdown.
Mayfield to the line. The Bucs will try for 2.
The Bucs will set up for the
back to throw. This is caught. He's got it. And they tag 2 more onto their lead.
Everything's about matchups, especially down here this close to the goal line. I think my guy is better than your guy. I'm going to put him in a position to have success, throw it up to him, and let him do the rest.
This fielded at the 2. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24.
Kings, 180.
Throwing is Baker. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Back to the air, it's Mayfield. Going up top for Evans. That is brought in. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play. First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. Now an opening past the 30. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line.
They're on the 37-yard line.
Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Baker gonna give it to Irving. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's 2nd down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
Pistol. Run. Point it right. Up.
Now Mayfield. Looking for his tight end on the corner route. He's got it. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
On 1st down, here's Irving. And he's not going to get away. They're going to bring him down on the other side of midfield. After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13.
Run. Kings. Hey, alert.
Throwing is Mayfield. Carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. And the The Buccaneers come away with the turnover.
So the biggest thing that stands out here, Mike, is the fact that the defense just continues to pursue to the ball. Every defense focuses on get as many hats to the ball carrier as possible, because if the guy in front of you, he misses the tackle or he falls down, you have to be there to make up for it. And the pursuit to the ball is not only how they're able to get him down, it's ultimately how they're able to take the ball away.
And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. We'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Hey, alert 33. What's that?
To throw is Mayfield. He's forced out wide, escaping the danger, throwing and completing. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. Good work after the catch. They get 16 and a first down.
And this is where the quarterback's improv skills really kind of come into play. The ability to play off-platform, throw from different arm angles. It's something that we're seeing a lot play out across the league. And yes, you have to throw from a spot in the middle of the pocket. But if you can only do that, it's hard to play quarterback in today's NFL.
They go right back to Godwin. He's got it again. And he's close to another first down. He's brought down just shy of the marker.
10 yards.
2nd down throw for Mayfield. Moving outside the pocket, just trying to avoid the rush there. He's hit as he threw, and the pass is incomplete.
This defense is vulnerable in a few areas along the back end, but none of that will matter if this protection can't do a better job holding up long enough that they can find some of these open receivers that have been able to separate. He just doesn't have the time to get on the ball.
It'll be a pickup of 10. It's a first down for Tampa Bay.
Complete to Emeka. 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
To throw is Mayfield. Moving to his right. It is brought in the end zone. Some play by the quarterback. He got flushed by the rush, but Greg made the right choice and ends up with a touchdown pass.
The question always is for these quarterbacks, Mike, in this situation, how long does he remain a passer, or then does he just tuck it down and become a runner? I think he does this perfectly, extends the play as long as possible, gives time for his receiver to uncover, and results in a touchdown.
Here's Mayfield. That is incomplete, and the 2-point conversion is unsuccessful.
Buccaneers 7. Chase McLaughlin to kick off for the
Here's McLaughlin now. After the score, he'll kick this one away. Here comes a return from the 5. He'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line.
Alert, 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 regular, 180.
On 1st and 10, here's Baker. He's got his man on the in route. Yes, take it in over the middle. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
Complete to Devin Cole. It's a gain of 17
Alert,
yards.
alert, alert.
First down, Tampa Bay.
On 1st down is Mayfield. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long.
It's 2nd down.
So we are through 3. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. On second down, Baker going up top for Evans. And he's down inside the 40-yard line. A big play and a much-needed one as well. 37 yards. First and 10 now from the 36.
First down, Buccaneers.
Hey, alert 33. What's that?
That is caught out wide on the RPO. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
That's another Buccaneers first down. It's a gain of 10. And a Buccaneer first down.
What's that?
Mayfield to throw on first and 10. In trouble, and he's going to be taken down.
Baker Mayfield sacked. A loss of 7 yards. It's second down.
Stop.
Now Mayfield headed left, buying time. He keeps it himself. Well, they'll get some of the sack yardage back, but it's still going to leave them with third down.
A gain of 8 yards.
Mayfield to throw. That one's broken up. It is incomplete. This defensive secondary, they have been really a no-fly zone all game long. It continues here and brings up fourth down. They'll go. Mayfield. That's caught. Left side. It's complete. And he is going to have a Bucs first down. They wind up getting 13 yards on that fourth down conversion.
First and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Baker to throw. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
Brings up second and 8 at the 10-yard line.
Point it right, point it right, point it right. Stop.
Throwing on second down, Mayfield. He's got it at the 3. And they'll stop him just short of the goal line, but they are going to have enough to convert. It's going to be first and goal.
Buccaneers first down. First and goal at the 1-yard line.
Pistol. Hurry! 20! What's that?
They'll drop to throw. That is caught in the middle of the end zone.
It seems to me they were kind of holding this play call for this exact situation, Mike. First and goal, down here near the goal line, and they had this one worked up all week. Simple pitch and catch, and it works to perfection.
On comes McLaughlin to add the PAT. His kick is good, and the Bucs are back within 6.
Buccaneers 14.
A one-score game late, you figure they got to have this one as they'll try an onside kick.
All right, so you take your shot, you don't get it. But now your defense has to save the day. You've got all 3 timeouts. You've got to get a stop here, force them to punt the ball back, and give your offense a chance to win the game.
Regular. Run. Pistol. 180! What's that?
Here's carry number 1 for Rashad White. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Whistles here and a timeout. Defense going to take this one with 1:51 to go.
Second and 6.
It is second and 6. Now the Bucs will take their first timeout, and they'll get together prior to this second down play. That's Ibuka in motion.
Stop.
The handoff, it's Irvin. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard, that's it. Timeout here, Tampa Bay. That is their second. Talk things over before third down.
Third and 4.
Point it right, point it right. Up, regular. What's that?
From the gun, it's Mayfield. Oh, and a pressure there. He can't get a throwaway, and he's taken down. The Buccaneers forced to use their third and final timeout as they'll discuss what's to come as fourth down is looming.
Alert. Good. 180. Hurry.
Tight end going in motion here.
Kings. Pistol. Real. What's what?
On fourth down, Mayfield. Now he'll work his way out right. He'll get rid of it and complete it. They get the conversion with a gain of...
Get the fuck out of here!
Should all but do it, Mike, with only one
Get the fuck out of here!
How to imagine it's formation. We're a couple kneels away from this game being over.
Here's 1st and 10.
You can have it, man. That's some shit. That's some shit, man. That's crazy. I had you. I don't know how the fuck they let you get that.
And 1.
Hey, alert 33. Good. 180.
GG's, man. GG's.
Here's a designed run. He's going.
That was crazy. That's crazy.
Run. Kings. Hey, alert. God.
Out of the shotgun, Mayfield. He'll swing this out wide to Irving. And
that was crazy.
Down, and he picks up the first down.
Hey, alert.
Gain of 6. That's good for a first down. 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
A quick throw on the RPO is complete. And this is going to be a touchdown.
Hey, bullshit, man. That's crazy.
Here in the final minute of play.
What? I got his ass, man. They fucking with me. That's crazy.
Mayfield to the line. The Bucs will try for 2.
The Bucs will set up for the 2-point conversion.
They'll look to throw. That's going to be caught.
Hey, bullshit, man.
A couple more points, and they add to their lead.
Crazy. You let him get away.
So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. They're trying to pin him deep. They'll take this from the 3. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. Here's 1st and 10. Mayfield. Oh, they've left the tight end wide open in the middle of the field. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield. An ideal beginning to this drive. 24 on the first play. Mayfield to throw it here on 1st down. He'll let one go down the middle. Just trying to make something happen, and the ball's loose on the field. So, fire the cannons. It's a win for the Bucs. They use a little home cooking here. They play a complete football game. and are going to send their fans home quite happy. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Buccaneers get the win, as we say so long from Tampa.